and kind of with same approach, FINRA. So with that spirit in mind, that's kind of why we take the approach we do when it comes to, these types of relationships or other employment opportunities that folks may take on. So,
all right. Well, thank you for that.
thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of September 7th, 2022. Any
I'll
comments?
second.
Oh, thank you for seconding that. Any comments? Okay. And if you call roll, please.
Benson,
Yes.
Curlin,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
yes,
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. And I'll make a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of September 14th, 2022. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Anybody have comments? All right, if you would call roll, please.
Benson,
Yes.
Curlin,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
yes,
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. I'll make a motion to adopt the final order decision of council in conclusion of fact to grant several variances for the property located at 28021 Miles Road to permit the redevelopment of a gas station. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Anybody have comments? Okay, if you call roll, please.
Benson,
Yes.
Curlin,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
yes,
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. I will make a motion to authorize the expenditure not to exceed $58,150 for the purchase, which is $43,645, and outfitting, which is $14,505, of a 2023 Chevy Tahoe SUV as specified in the Ohio State contract from Ganley Chevy Aurora and Hall Public Safety Upfitters. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I don't, Chief Sturra, do you wanna, or Mayor, anyone?
Hey, I want to say something and then Chief can talk it, but I want to just let everybody know that in couple months ago, you authorized 6 cars, this being the 7th. We had applied for a grant for 7 cars, and this is within the 7 cars total with outfitting is within a few $1,000s of the grant that we did receive. So this has been officially granted to us, the cars.
There's not much for me to expound on that outside of they stopped making the Ford Explorers, and 6 of our 7 that were ordered made it through their cut. And there's many departments that were getting several or thought they were getting several cars. It's like a little over 200 in the state that are not getting Ford Explorers. And the only other choice of a vehicle that qualified was the Tahoe, which is a little less than $5,000 more. And Dodge has gotten out of the police car business, and both the Tahoe and the Explorer next year are going to be, and anybody that orders them, it's going to be about $8,000 to $9,000 more per car. So we got it kind of under the wire.
I'd also like to add that we have over the last 4 years, I believe, been putting aside what we thought would be 1/5 of the cost of the new cars. So though we did get the grant, we are still sitting with a nice stash for the next time.
That's a good question. With the older vehicles that we end up kind of retiring for the new ones, what do we do with those?
Several different things. We other departments, the service department has utilized the SUVs before. I know for sure that the building department's car is in very bad shape, and they're going to be the first ones to get one of these cars to be able to use. So we use them throughout the village, whatever anybody needs, and then the other ones go up for auction. The service department handles it. Terry handles it over at the service department on gov bids.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you clarify? I'm just confused by on the agenda, it says 14,505 for the outfitting, but I see the 13,478 on the estimate. Is it just a difference that came up later, or,
Yeah, it's very slight, but equipment wise, the Chevy's a little bit different than Ford. It's not overwhelming. Frankly, I think it's less than $1,000, the difference. But yes, because it's a Chevy.
thanks.
And that's why we're ending up spending just a few $1,000s more than we would have but we got the grant for 270,000. So I think we're in good shape.
Is there a long lead time to get the car like there was some of the?
No, as a matter of fact, we had to jump like everybody else that was expecting cars to Chevy. And we got a hold of them immediately when we found out the other one wasn't being built. And so we beat some of the other departments to receive it. We have one that's supposed to be in November.
Okay, great.
But we ordered that months ago.
The Chevy.
Yeah, so we'd be, well, all of them, so we'd be on the list. We haven't gotten all the new ones yet.
We ordered the 6 in February because they told us it was going to be a year in the making. And then when we decided we were going to go to a 7th, and we ordered it end of April, beginning of May, they confirmed that as well. But anybody that ordered at that time, they just stopped making them.
I need to clarify, we ordered in February, but we were not obligated, and it wasn't
Oh.
until council approved it.
No, but when we say order, we got put on the list because they told us it was going to be over a year and we were saving money for 2023 to get new vehicles. And then everything just went to hell as far as the microchips or this or that and the possibilities of even receiving the vehicles. And so it was a good thing that we.
Yeah, we're lucky.
We
Yeah,
were.
we're lucky.
We were very lucky.
Do we have a garage space issue? Or lack,
Yeah, we have an issue.
are we,
We're gonna-
is that in the
we're
plan
looking at
anywhere
that,
to do something
Brandon.
about that?
We're working on that.
Brent, just to remind you that that we are committed to making the fire and police force departments ready for the next 20, 25 years. And because of the increase in employees, we know we have a facility issue, which we are studying closely and figuring out how to finance it. The goal is to have that decision in by the middle of next year. And we also need updating to the fire department. Our building is 28 years old and we did not have fire people staying overnight or taking shifts at the time. They would just come in if there were calls. So we turned a co-ed, a tour room into a co-ed dorm. So we have a list of needs. Judd's already started working with the department heads. We will keep you posted as it goes. I thought I talked to you about this a few months ago. This was part of needing to beef up the police department, but we were able to do the employees on our own surpluses. Coming back to you at all?
You mentioned it before.
No,
I'll tell you everything about it when you're ready to hear.
Okay,
Yeah, but good question. We didn't have enough police car space before the extra.
no, I know that, yeah, but, yeah, okay, I just want to see if it's being addressed. And what the plan
Is it a
Oh, that was
serious?
you that asked the question?
What?
Was that you that asked the question if it's being addressed?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This whole time I thought it was Brent and I was talking to him.
I
Yeah,
was
we
wondering why
are
you were
doing
singling me
planning.
out.
What?
I was wondering why you singled me out.
I thought it was you that said it. Brandon, yes, we are working on it. We'll keep you apprised.
Is there is it a serious issue to like keep these police cars outside, or that's probably,
It's
What
not
can we
good for
do?
the cars.
it's not.
It doesn't allow the guys to be ready to go in a hurry when they have
Right,
to
for
clear
the
off the
winter
snow.
especially.
Do you like parking outside in the winter? Do you think-
One of my happiest things I ever did was buy a house with a 2-car attached garage. Oh my gosh, life changing.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I never take that for granted.
Kister ain't gonna park outside, so.
I understand.
All
All
right,
right.
all right, moving on. Did we already call roll on that? I assume, Anna, right?
You didn't vote.
Didn't?
No, we did. No, we need to vote on it.
All right. Anna, please call roll.
Vincent,
Yes,
Kurland,
yes,
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Harry,
yes,
Klein,
Yes,
Duber.
Yes.
Thank
I'll
you.
I'll make a motion to authorize the expenditure not to exceed $25,392.90 for portable radios from Chagrin Valley Dispatch. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chief, Mayor.
Same thing, more guys, more radios.
That's exactly, we were hiring 5 and we bought 5. Everybody has a radio.
I have a quick
Soon they'll
question.
have
So
cameras.
the due date on it said 9/29. Is there any additional cost because we're after the deadline?
No, because Nick is through Chagrin Valley Dispatch is a distributor for Motorola. And is able to get us the absolute lowest prices, and that not just us, anybody that work or uses these radios through CBD. And so it's never an issue. And if we didn't purchase them, there's somebody else that would take them right now, so that's not a problem either.
All right. Thank you. If you call roll, please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes, I will make a motion to approve the treasury report for August 2022. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Lisa. Dana, if you would do your thing, please.
No yawning. You get me to yawn. For August 31st, for our bank account balances are $13,162,248.46 from all of our bank accounts. And our summary for August, our August revenue for all sources are $8,956,353.81. Our August expenditures for all funds are $8,095,676.04. It was a normal August month, nothing out of the ordinary in ways of any of the revenue or expenditures. And when you look at the line item detail for August for the general fund, we're at 8/12 of the year. 66% of the year is through, and we're at 82% of our revenues for the general fund. And we are at 61% for our expenditures. And I think all of our timing differences have kind of balanced out. You'll note that there's no timing difference notations on the report. And that's all I had.
Thanks. Anybody have questions for Dana? Okay. Anna, roll please.
Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. I will make a motion to approve the tax administrator's report for August 2022. There's a second.
Second.
Thank you. Dana.
Okay, so for August, you have for the August collections from all of our sources was $494,413.68, which is almost $84,000 higher than August of 2021. Our year-to-date collections were about $805,000 higher than where we were through August year-to-date of last year. So we've bounced back quite nicely over the past year or two, and you'll have the line item revenue chart that's showing we're at a steady pace for this year of growth over each month from last year. And then you also have the gross monthly collections for each of the months for 2019 to 2022.
Thank you. Anybody have questions for Dana? All right.
Thank you.
How come nobody yelled at Brent for you? All right, Anna, if you call roll.
Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes, and it's because I wasn't mid-sentence when I yawned.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. I think Amanda caught it. My wonderful gesture to Brent. All right. Moving on to discussion of bills to be paid in the month of October in the amount of $214,036.93. And additional September expenses in the amount of $72,483.98. Questions on the bills?
I just had one that regarded a reimbursement to Blatchford Architects of $500. Was this a deposit fee being returned, or was this for
Yeah,
some
when you
work
see
that
the
they did?
701 next to it, that means it was their money that we've been using and we're giving back what we didn't use. When you see the
Okay.
701 next to it on the bills,
Mhm. Yeah,
which is going to change next year, so don't remember that too much, but
don't
for-
hold on to it too hard. Okay,
from all of history to this point in time, if you have 701, it means it's someone else's money. But for next year, the 701s are going away because we have to account for them in our general fund. And for those who've been
Obviously-
around a while,
obviously-
these are the affectionately known as the H funds.
right, okay. But when that does in fact disappear, we still have to account for those and return those funds.
They will still have their own account. They will still be handled so that each individual project has its balance.
Okay,
It's unfortunately just going to be a lot more work, but it's actually smarter because the auditors never audited it before. So it's really smarter for the people.
It is, and we will never have that same problem again because of it.
That was so fun.
yeah, that unraveling that ball of twine was a big mess, I know.
All right, can we forget about it?
Never.
I will
I know.
never forget about that.
They are reconciled, the H funds are reconciled, and per the auditors reporting, they have been for the last couple of years been rolled into the general fund for audited financial reports because they're truly not agency funds any
Mhm.
longer. They're not considered that way. So they are going to be included in the 3013, which is the building department's department in the general fund, and they will be budgeted by council. And so we are in the process of setting up all the new account codes in that department. So basically, they're all just going to be shifted over. The mayor's court ones will be in the police department accounts, and then a few of them will be in the administration for like the deposits for the pavilion and those types of things. But the bulk of the H funds are going to go into the general fund building department account codes.
Dana, where we currently show a 701, we're going to show a 101. Is there any easy way we could put just a little code or something so that when we see that 101 and we see it's going to an architect, we know it's a reimbursement?
Well, it may go to a contractor, it may go to a homeowner. for
Oh,
that
yeah, it could be a million people we send 701s to, but is there a way to have it be 101H?
We can decide how to clean it up so that we can put it in there so that it's
It would be
known.
nice to be able to at least recognize that we're, how that,
Oh, yeah, because if you see 701, you know.
yeah, okay.
I have a quick question. Did this change happen because of what happened in Orange Village all those years ago?
No, and what happened in Orange
No.
Village happened everywhere else too.
No, they're just determining that since we are collecting the money and we are spending some of the money that they're truly not deposits and they're not meeting the criteria of an agency fund. So that we have, like I said, been reclassifying them off-site. At the end of this year, when you get the year-end 2022 budget, I will have already moved them all over in our final budget amendment. That's what I'm working on right now. is
So we
setting
have
up the new-
700,000 more than you think we have.
So yeah, so the general funds budget's going to go up considerably because I'm going to be adding all of those H funds over there, and it'll be as part of your budgeted items that you will be approving.
Okay.
And then moving forward, they will all be reported over there in the general fund as opposed to the 700.
And we'll have to be, cognizant of that as we build our budget, so we recognize that that's money we really can't spend,
It's in a separate line.
They're in a separate line item, and we're picking up revenue and expenditures in the general fund to accommodate that. And
We're not mingling it, Judd.
Well, I understand that, but it can be confusing when we think about budgeting and there's a number out there that might.
correct.
You'll see. It's budgeted on its own. You'll see.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions on the bills? All right.
I
Thanks.
would like to just take a moment to commend the finance department. This bills to be paid list, I swear to God, took days in the past. It's now a 2 or 3 hour task as opposed to days. The joys of technology.
Wow, good job.
That's Dana's doing.
Thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana. All right. Moving on to audience comments relating to agenda items only. Anyone? Bueller? All right. No old business, new business, ordinance 2022 -16, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Stephen Byron and Singerman Mill Desberg and Counts Co. LPA for legal services beginning January 1st, 2023 and ending December 31st, 2023. Confirming the appointment of Stephen Byron as law director and declaring an emergency is on for first reading. A public hearing is set for a meeting in December. Anybody need to discuss this at all?
You need to pick the date. Either the 7th or the 14th are your options for the regular meeting dates.
We can just do the 7th, that's fine.
Okay.
Unless you prefer the 14th.
No, 7th is fine. Anna, I'll get you language. We need to advertise the public hearing, so.
Hey, guess what, Steve? You're back to
What?
buying drinks. You're back to buying drinks again.
Now,
And we can go out then.
Be
are you
careful.
saying it's December 7th? You want to get bombed? Is that what you're talking about? That's Pearl Harbor Day, you know.
So let's get bombed.
You know what? Be careful with these kinds of.
All right.
I'm here all week. Try the veal.
You see Mohammed's hand up?
Is there a question? Yeah, do you have a question?
Yeah, I believe we are fine with the 28021 Orange gas station, Shell gas station. We can go ahead and proceed with the architectural work.
I believe you need to get final approval from the Planning and Zoning Commission. I would check in with Bob McLaughlin and get on the next agenda for that.
Wait a minute, we haven't, oh, we did adopt it, didn't we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
one.
You need to get a copy of what we've passed tonight to see what it says so that you know what we're looking for at the planning and zoning.
Check in with Bob McLaughlin. He can get you that and it'll be all squared away.
Yeah, no, I got one more question. I applied for beer and wine license for that location. And a state passes only beer license. They did not give me a wine license, which is C2 license or D6. They were saying that area is wet.
No dry.
It's dry,
Oh,
right?
They were saying that area is dry.
It is.
Right.
Well, I mean, Miles Farmers Market, they were selling wine.
Where
That's in
Miles Market?
Solon.
That's
That's
Solon.
in a different community in a different precinct.
We're very prurient.
Okay, what do I have to do to go to ballot for this kind of issue?
Let's
So-
have this conversation.
Yeah,
offline.
I was gonna say, why don't you give the administration, the village a call and they can run through all that stuff.
We'll
with you.
get you the answers you need to that, probably with Steve Byron involved, and we'll do that with you offline another day.
Okay, so that's good. That's all I was. So I'm going to talk to Bob's tomorrow or day after tomorrow to find out what's going on, and what else we have to do.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you and good luck, Mohammed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening.
All right, moving on to ordinance 2022-17 and ordinance amending certain sections of chapter 1327 fees and deposits of the codified ordinances of Orange Village to restate the deposit requirements for professional fees, ratifying prior actions taken in accordance with the established policy of the village, deleting Pinecrest Development Project permit fees from the codified ordinances and declaring an emergency. This is on for first reading.
As
I just wanted to, I mean, Steve can probably explain this to you, but you're also going to see another ordinance that comes from Bob McLaughlin like this one next month. And I'm going to have him here at the meeting in person so he can answer any questions, because I know some of you are confused by what this says and some of you haven't had a chance to read it. So I asked him to come at the next meeting, so you'll have a chance to get your questions answered. But Steve knows what this one is.
yeah, and it's a cleanup of the ordinances that relate to the building department. One of the issues is that we codified the Pinecrest development fees. And this was shortly before we converted to putting the fees, approving fees by motion. So this just gets the Pinecrest fees out of the code and approves them by motion. And then the other thing that it does is it clarifies that we collect a deposit for developers who are having reviews done by the county for sewer. The county reviews plans, reviews and approves plans, and then it also does inspections of sewers. And in the past, there was a question, it goes on to the account that is in Orange Village's name, but is paid for by ratepayers. It's very complex. What this does is it requires the developer to pay for the fees that developer is incurring in its project and not
We did
spreading.
that already. We did that.
No,
already.
well, this gets it done
Better,
in the code and ratifies what we've done before. Yeah.
because we're
you
getting
see-
those developers
if-
now to pay back the county money, and it's outrageous how hard this is.
When you say it moves the fees to be approved by motion, so all the fees will now be coming to us to
Well,
approve?
when we want to raise them
Oh.
next, there'll just be a motion.
Yeah, always, we have been doing this for a number of years. They are no longer codified. Bob keeps the official list in the building department. He presents the fees to council when he proposes a change and explains why a change is being recommended. So this just makes the Pinecrest fees consistent with that. And Pinecrest was a little different because at the
Negotiated.
time you had the developer incurring costs for things like building shells and that sort of thing, while the interior spaces were being paid for by tenants. So there was some complexity to the issue. Most of that complexity has gone away. Now it's just tenant spaces that we're dealing with. And so it's time to clean up the code and clean up the way we do things. And these are all recommended by Bob.
All right. Thank you. Moving to ordinance 2022-18, ordinance amending certain sections of the codified ordinances of Orange Village to clarify the regulation of trucks in the village. This is on for first reading.
Yeah, currently the code provides the phrase 1-ton trucks, which is ambiguous and not used elsewhere in the code. It used to be, it had something to do with the truck plates. What the ordinance does now is make clear that we're talking about gross motor vehicle weight of 10,000 pounds. And that is the rating of the truck. And that's something that can be determined from the truck itself. It solves a problem of proof, and the intention is not to make a substantive change. The rules you'll see are all the same. We're just clarifying what type of truck that we're talking about.
All right. Questions, concerns, anything?
Is this been motivated because we found a lot of work vehicles being left overnight in the neighborhoods?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a lot. I think there are some, and I think that as Bob looked at the ordinance, it could be more clear. And of course, because this has zoning provisions, this needs to be referred to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
God, this is partly precipitated by, if you recall, one Sunday when you called me because neighbors were complaining about truck movements at a house on Harvard. Exploring that situation brought up a lot of these issues. And Bob will be here to explain even better.
You're muted, Judd, whatever you said.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village. Mayor comments.
Just briefly, just to remind everybody that November 8th is Election Day and the polls will be at Orange Village Hall, 6:30 to 7:30. And she has not started yet, but the administration has put an offer into a new part-timer. If you recall, Dan Ding was our part-timer before. Now she's full-time finance. So we now have finally found what we think will be a very, very effective part-timer to help with administrative and whatever needs to be done. And she's a resident, so we'll all be very kind to her.
Who
Will you
is
tell
it? Karen?
tell us her name?
I don't remember right this second. Christine it starts with an H. I don't have a resume in front of me. Christine. She lives on Leander, just near the Village Hall, the other side of Saffron's old house.
Got it.
Do you know her last name, Anna?
I'm not sure I pronounce it right. Henninge or something like that. Henninge. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I didn't think it was that long.
Sorry I asked. Next.
We'll get it for you.
Delete this part from the minutes. All right, so,
She doesn't have far to get to work. That's a plus. No, but-
all right.
That's really all I have. We have, more things to discuss later.
All right, my comments, first, just want to say thanks to Zugin's chest, apparently, for taking care of the whole power issue. I don't know, and I don't even know what the resolution ended up being, but, I don't know if everybody was having, but there's a lot of power flickering and ons and offs, and I know that Bob helped do whatever he did, and so, thanks, man.
Bob is a miracle worker.
And then to the delight of most of you, sans some of you, we will be going back to in-person meetings. They will be at 7:45, except for Chief Castor running at 6:30. So I'll see you then. But so 7:45 moving forward, in person. We are not going to be doing a hybrid. So we're not going to be doing a hybrid. So like Zoom and in person, because that's just too difficult technologically and all that kind of stuff. I know that we changed some stuff previously in our code that we can do some things, but I'm not planning on really setting that precedent to do it like that. So, sans any weird circumstances, it'll just be in person. Obviously, if things get weird with COVID and all that kind of stuff, we can always reevaluate, but I will see all your faces in person at the next meeting, 7:45. So now you guys can stop bothering me. Just kidding. Anyways, comments, reports, yada, yada. Ms. Perry.
Thank you. Couple things. One is I never bothered you. I just wanted.
You did. I appreciate that. That's why I like you the best.
Thanks.
I don't bother you either.
Lisa, will you tell them about the budget meeting? I forgot.
Thank you. I will. We are going to, because council is going back in person, the finance committee will be going back in person. Starting next month, we have the budget to consider. So we will be changing our time to 6:30 in person on the second Wednesday of the month. From going forward, we will be meeting on the second Wednesdays right before council. And our meetings should start at 7 p.m. normally. So starting in December, it'll be the second Wednesday at 7 p.m. to 7:30. And hopefully we'll have a little buffer between that meeting and the next meeting. And it'll be great to be in person again.
All right.
One little blurb about the garden. It's wrapped up. We had the most successful year we've ever had at the garden. The gardeners are more than thrilled, Bob and Mayor, that they're getting a more permanent fence and that those improvements are being made. They never expected that, and they're grateful that the village is considering their needs, even though it was supposed to be in the beginning very self-sustaining, and it's a really nice addition to the garden. So thank you all to the service department for everything that they did to help support our gardeners and our facility there. We appreciate it.
All right,
That's the end.
thank you. Mr. Silver.
Yeah. Orange for the holidays is nearing the finish line. We are dotting the i's and crossing the t's right now. Big thanks to Anna for all the work she's done. It looks great this year. Big thanks to Jesse at Pinecrest as well. One thing they're doing this year to kind of sweeten it up for everybody is there's going to be 4 weekly raffles for a Pinecrest shopping spree. So the first week will be for $250, the second week for $500, the third week for $750, and the fourth week will be for $1,000. And those will be for residents only. You will have to drop a coupon into a box located at Pinecrest to be entered into that, but that's a pretty sweet way to improve the book. I think we have about 37 different offers this year, different businesses participating. Anna, correct me if I'm wrong, but it will go out in the mailing with the calendar in November, I believe. Yep. So we all have that to look forward to. So thank you, Anna, for your help with that, and Stacy as well. I think, Halloween's coming up, trick-or-treating 6 to 8 on Halloween, I assume. Anything else we need to know about that?
Good question. Halloween's on Monday, October 31st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay. That's all I had. Go Guardians.
Yes, go Guardians. I had a quick question. Are we going back to the village party for Halloween?
We're keeping party in the park in the middle of the summer.
But there's not a Halloween party.
Oh, no, we're not having a Halloween anything.
Do you think
No.
next?
That's
We
not
only
before
did that
COVID,
one
is it?
time. We only did Halloween. Oh, no, we did a party 2 years in a row. It was crazy, Lisa. It was over jammed. We must have had hundreds of people. No, it was not fun. It was not good.
I thought it was fun. I like.
Oh, God.
That was one with the fire demonstration.
That's
wasn't it, when they lit the-
That was fun. Yeah. We can do that at the party in the park. I think we're down to one big event. No, maybe we'll have some music at the Munis next summer, or a movie or two. Yeah, we'll do that.
Beatles cover band. That's my vote.
Who knows them?
I said a Beatles cover band. is
All
my
right, get
vote.
us their name.
I don't know anybody.
But the real Beatles.
Yeah.
2 out of 4.
Yeah.
Hard Day's Night is the Beatles cover band people like.
Oh, send your ideas into Anna.
Brent, any other-
We're looking to have no, what is it called, Stacy? The thing you guys do?
Our choir,
Notoriety, show.
notoriety, that's our choir, yeah. That's practicing now at Village.
All right. Brent, that's it.
I'm done. Yep.
All right, Ms. Curland.
So I have a problem with not really a solution. I don't know if anyone has a solution, so I'm gonna throw it out there for the think tank. I was talking to a bunch of neighbors and we were talking about which dogs are scary in the neighborhood. And there's at least 3 that have bit people and 1 that has not only bit people, but attacked 2 other dogs. I'm only counting attacks that blood is involved. So, I mean, it would be nice if these people like at least muzzled their dogs when they know that they're dangerous. I don't know if we can make that.
We
an
have
ordinance.
some laws. We have some ordinances. We need to get them to you, and then you can see what else we need.
Okay, because it's a little bit crazy if we already know someone's been attacked that
Well, we know that
years
one. Maureen.
later,
We know
Yeah.
that one.
but we know that there's been a couple dogs that were almost killed by that same dog that
For us
attacked.
to take action, you're gonna have, somebody's gonna have to report it. If you're keeping
Okay.
it within the neighborhood, it's never happened as far as the police department's concerned. So it has to be reported. So
Okay.
keep that part in mind, because don't tell us about the 4th attack, because it's the first attack if we haven't been notified about the other ones.
That's fair.
And call them when it's happening so they can do something.
No, I'll pass the word.
But we do have some ordinances. Maybe Steve can dig out the dog ordinances.
We have some pretty strict rules on it, particularly if they bite. And
Yeah,
Doesn't last
the
long.
state law, there's pretty clear state law on these issues.
All right,
That's all.
all right. Mr. Bilski.
I just, I have a comment around, I was going on a walk through a neighborhood here in the village, and I saw a refrigerator sitting outside next to somebody's garage, just like an old refrigerator. It looks like it's probably been there for some time. And I just, I don't know, I guess some words of, to everybody, and thoughts about being mindful of maybe the
The neighbors.
the neighborhood, and the upkeep of the yard, and the presentation of the neighborhood. I don't know, just, and then I guess also to what extent, is there anything that,
Well, if you could send me the address with the refrigerator,
Sure.
that's a first. I never heard of that before. I mean,
yeah,
I don't, garbage cans people should keep in. I don't think we can control everything, but send me that one
Yeah.
because that disturbs me. And when you see a house that looks like it needs some maintenance, the building department is complaint driven. I mean, they will respond, but they're not going and looking for problems. So we do what we can, but we can't fix everything, and it's very frustrating. And we are working on some ordinances now to help with some of the landscaping problems.
got it. Okay, no,
Yeah,
that's helpful.
This
to
is a
know.
challenging thing always,
Yeah.
but the
Thank-
refrigerator one I'd like to look into. Steve, do you know offhand if we have rules against outside refrigerators?
Absolutely. If there are conditions of property that are unsafe, and I mean, a refrigerator with the door on is a nuisance. But so, I mean, that kids could crawl in there and die. It's happened before.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that
so
information.
Get the information to the building department.
So wait, I think I know the house he's referring to, and that is, it's been on Orange Village's radar for quite a long time, that particular house,
What subdivision is this in?
Orange Hill.
All right, I'll talk to Bob McLaughlin. This is the first time. hearing.
All right.
Thank you. Nothing further.
So
Oh, wait,
Bernard,
hold
you
on.
know that Bob is on it?
I'm sorry.
You
What?
know that Bob McLaughlin's working on it?
I don't know if he's working on it. I don't, not specifically related to this, but I know this house has had issues in the past.
Okay,
Steve, if I'm not mistaken, I think state law requires that refrigerators, like going on to trash, have to have their doors off.
Oh,
What
that's
you
true.
alluded to, so I would believe that might fall under the same category, and that is a very large hazard with kids. They play hide and go seek, they get locked in there, and we know the story from there.
Right.
Oh, and then just one more thing that might be helpful, especially as we approach the holiday season and all that, and the bad weather. Maybe a reminder out in, one of our next newsletters to kind of remind people of the best practices for kind of putting out garbage. I think
we'll
that's
do that again. We do it a
yeah.
lot, we'll do it again.
Yeah, just
Never
something
ending.
else. Yeah. And then the last thing I do want to say, because this was one of the cutest things I've ever seen, was this morning, the early childhood, the Pepper Pike Learning Center preschool, they did their walkathon, their first day of walkathon for the Orange schools, and it was really cute. And my daughter was one of the participants, and
What's a walkathon? They're raising money for the schools?
to raise money, yeah.
Oh, that's
my-
adorable. It's horrible.
Yeah, so Stacy will give some more information, but it was very cute, and
Why
yeah.
do the students have to raise money for their school?
Well, you know what? I think a lot of it goes to the classroom. Stacy can probably add some more color, but it was, I thought it was lovely. And to be honest with you, I didn't mind. They just encourage it. They're not demanding it. They're not very pushy with, they ask for donations, but it was a really cute event and a lot of fun. And the kids got to run the lap around the track and have a little snack on the field after. So I thought it was a lot of fun. So anyway, that's that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Klein.
Thank you, Brandon. First of all, while I know we'll all miss saying goodnight to the Duber kids, I really appreciate that we're going back to live meetings. And thank you for setting that up, Brandon.
Noted. I just had to say it one more time.
Planning Commission did not meet earlier this month because of the Yom Kippur holiday. Our next meeting is next Tuesday evening, and I know there's an agenda for that.
Just one thing.
And there may be, well, that's true. And in reference to what Ryan brought up a moment ago, and the mayor sort of alluded to, we're working on some updated ordinances for landscape maintenance in the village that relates to both sustainability and clarifying the difference between sustainable landscaping and ignoring maintenance. And how do we adjudicate that within the village? And I've been working with Bob McLaughlin in the building department, Bob Brown, our planner, Kathy Moran, our landscape architect on the design review board. And we're working on developing some language that will be then shared with everyone down the road to move towards an ordinance on that. Last thing I wanted to make note of, one of my former neighbors on Orangewood, Dr. Deb Rosen, has become sort of a prolific painter in her own right. And she has produced a series of paintings that she titles On the Street Where We Live. And she's painted somewhere between 10 and 15 homes on Orangewood. And we're looking to have an exhibition of her work in Village Hall that we'll set up in the near future to share these lovely paintings that she's created of a number of the homes in Orangewood. So look for that to be coming down the road.
If she gets it in before election day, she'll have maximum audience.
That's true. So it's kind of up to her how quickly she can map the paintings, and then we have to set up with Anna a date for installation. And that's all I've got. I'll be talking a little bit in the next in the executive session.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vincent.
You'll be happy to know that courtesy of Brent and Ryan, my report's been cut in half. So I
figured you'd still mention it.
yeah, I figured you'd be happy. I want to say how nice it is to drive on the smooth paved roads of Orange Hill, refrigerators aside, and note that despite the challenges with the weather and the obtaining the concrete and other issues that came up along the way, it was completed by the original target date of October 1st. So I just want to thank Bob and his team and all who had a hand in getting it completed. It really is nice to drive on. Orange for the holidays, I will only just say thank you again, especially to Anna, who has revised and revised and revised and then revised again this book a million times. So thank you, and all who have been involved in it as well. School news. The school board met this past Monday after a special session board retreat last weekend, in which the district discussed its long-term master plan, including proceeding with a refresh of some of the OHS classrooms, much needed. The district is also putting together additional information about the timing and scope of its administrative and support facilities consolidation proposal. So this could potentially free up some space in the Pepper Pike Learning Center for additional preschool programs, which I know they'd be grateful for. It was also noted that the district facilities are aging and will need additional investment to maintain them in operational condition moving forward. On Monday at the school board meeting, each of the principals gave an update, a business operations update on the construction projects was given, and there will be a vaccination booster clinic for students aged 12 and up on October 22nd from 10 to 1. Also, the 3 national merit semifinalists were introduced, along with the 8 commended students, including 2 of our own Orange Village residents. So shout out to Sophia Stepanian and Laura Way, and congratulations to all of these students on this prestigious honor. They are among only 34,000 students across the entire nation out of 1.5 million students who initially took the test, who are being recognized for this exceptional academic promise. The robotics team at Orange High School continues to soar with another preseason championship this past weekend in Mahoning Valley. The regular season begins in March, so good luck to all of the participants. There are nearly 3 dozen on this team. Again, many Orange Village residents. This week, you may see some new faces roaming around the village. Orange High School welcomed 23 Danes from Herning Gymnasium, which is the name of the exchange school in Denmark, as part of the international exchange program. It's great to see the connection and the collaboration again after a multi-year hiatus due to the pandemic. Orange High School students will be heading back once again this spring. And here we go, Ryan. The elementary schools kicked off their annual walkathon fundraiser. This is the main PTA fundraiser, which benefits the students in the classroom directly. All money goes directly back to the classrooms. The parents are really involved in the fundraiser because they're donating the money. The kids just have a heck of a lot of fun walking around the school. They set up different booths along the way, and it's just really a great event. So if you'd like to donate to this event, you may do so online. The link is on the Orange Schools website, or you can send money in with any elementary school or preschool student. There is a contest to see which grade will average the most money, and you'll be happy to know that the prize is an extra recess and perhaps some different treats. So if you want more information about that, let me know. But look for the event coming up in a little less than 2 weeks for the actual walkathon itself. Speaking of treats, the annual Halloween parade at Moreland will coincide with OCER's Trunk or Treat on October 28th. It's expected that the parade will be recorded this year, and a link offered as the event is just for students, teachers, and classroom volunteers this year. They're not having parents come in and watch it. So they hopefully will be able to watch it on a link that will be sent out later on. As a reminder, the OCER event is by registration only. So if anyone wants to be a part of it, just make sure you sign up. And along those lines, happy Halloween, have fun, and be safe. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, I will make a motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of discussing confidential information relating to the marketing plan, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance or to negotiations with other public subdivisions, respecting requests for economic development assistance, and to discuss pending or prospective litigation. I would invite Chief Gostura into this. That's all. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, everybody. Anna, please call roll.
Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. All right. Stand by.
Could we take a 1-minute break?
So we gotta go potty?
Yep, by the time I move you in there, it'll be a minute, so, okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is, I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
From the executive session or from the meeting?
You don't need a motion to adjourn as executive session.
You just reconvene and then take the motion to adjourn.
Yeah, there's just a typo in the thing. All right, Anna, you call roll, Debbie.
Vincent,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Silver. Where is he? Oh, he's muted. Silver,
He doesn't want to leave.
All right, yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Bilski.
He's
Bilski,
muted also. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hey, you're on mute. Thumbs it up.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Perry,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes.
We'll see y'all in person next month.
Wait.
Yeah.